Hello.
Yes, Master.
So today you have to focus your attention on variance again, but different possible orbits of variance. Variant is anything that is accessible to direct observation, direct perception, direct cognition, or variance can be even very imaginary. Imaginary variance, like that of a fiction writer, like that of a thinker, a creative thinker, creative visualizer also. Whatever that is accessible to sensation or inner sensation or imagination, they're all variants because they're all subject to variation or they all can be varied. Anything that can be varied is a variant. So everything is a variant, and every variant is linkaged to other variants. So, so all these have to be combined: invariants, variants, linkages, now orbits. Okay. Orbit, Ramesh had the diagram. Orbit. What is the referent of orbit? Can you draw it on a paper quickly and show it? A diagrammatic representation of whatever you understand as the referent of orbit.
Yes.
Draw it quickly and show it.
Drawn already.
Show it to the through the what you call camera. Okay, yeah. It looks like the innocent drawing of a first standard child.
Yes. Ah.
Yeah, show it.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Now it looks like the eccentric drawing of a eighth standard girl. Now, next. Yes. So orbits. But can you really see the referent of the orbit?
No.
Can you imagine orbits?
Yeah.
Yes.
No, really try to imagine and then say yes. Don't answer to the question, can you imagine? But do you really imagine? Okay, then, all right, that's okay. Now, can you point out some examples of orbit like structures anywhere? Once again, running track. Okay, all right,
In an
in a
Olympics.
stadium. In a stadium, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, all right, okay. Then, what all images come to your mind when you think about the linkages of orbit manifested in anywhere? Orbit like structures. On, as Nitya said, of course, the running track in a stadium orbits, all right. Then,
Um, I,
Family structure, society structure,
once again,
family structure, sir. Society structure,
okay, all right, okay, all right,
in groups, out
okay,
groups. Yeah.
all right, okay, yeah. But that is a little, that is where I am coming to, Naveen.
Okay, sir.
But you have to really give linkageable examples of manifestations of orbits that you saw in the drawings of Nitya, Veena, etc. Like Nitya pointed out, the racetrack in a stadium, successive circles or whatever.
Solar system.
Eh?
Solar system.
Okay, all right. Okay, solar system. Okay, all right. Why you can't think such linkages so quickly? This is called, this is something very importantly required for you when you want to become a mentor, trainer, speaker. You should get to quickly examples. Okay, of course, solar system. Yeah,
Atomic
that you're familiar.
structure.
That you're familiar by diagram. That's familiar by diagram or
Yes.
familiar by observation. Like Nitya said, the racetrack. Good example. Solar system. Good example. Any other examples?
Atomic structure.
Right.
Yeah, atomic structure. Okay.
Um,
Venn diagram.
Who said that? All right. Okay. Venn diagram. All right.
Yeah.
So orbit in my visualization, it is like a set of concentric circles. So first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, set of concentric circles.
Okay. All right. Good. Now, my question latest was, can you identify manifestations of structures or variants that appear like orbits?
a shooting
Mandra
target.
Rishika? Mandra Rishika? Anything? Try.
Uh, our eye is an orbit, but it's not.
Ah, of course. Okay. Explain. How?
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, the inner pupil, the outer iris circle, then the outer circle. Especially,
Yes.
Good.
all right,
Very
okay,
good.
all right, okay.
Sunny side up on a plate.
Once again,
Sunny side up on a plate.
Egg.
upon a where?
Egg. Sunny side up egg on a plate.
You mean an egg broken
Bullseye.
onto the plate? Huh?
Yeah, bullseye. A bullseye served in a plate.
Ah, okay. Bullseye, okay, all right, okay,
Sir,
all right.
the
Then,
the petals of a flower.
absolutely beautiful.
The ripples when a stone
Yeah.
is
Good.
thrown in a water.
All right, okay. Yeah, good. All right. Petals on a flower and ripples in a solid water. Now it takes some time. Okay, good. Anyway, what was happening during this time? You were searching, right? What were
Searching,
you doing?
visualizing.
What were you doing? You kind of scanning all kinds of things that you already know. All right. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
So temple
So
plan.
orbits. Okay. Yeah, that's all architectural details. All right. But let us focus on. I would say the most this petals of a flower, especially like a sunflower or a rose flower. Okay. Then ripples. Okay. All right. Okay. Orbits. So why an orbit is likely to be okay? What is the most appropriate shape likely for an orbit?
Circle or elliptical.
Yeah.
Why?
Uh,
No beginning, no end, sir.
Yeah. Yes.
What? No beginning, no end.
It comes back to its same position after a certain time.
Ramesh, what are you talking?
So when an object is moving in an orbit trajectory, so it starts at one point, it moves around the trajectory and comes back to that same point in that trajectory.
That is true, but that is not correct. If it is continuously going by, it is not coming back anywhere. It is moving.
The path
My question
becomes
was
smoothest.
why an orbit is likely to be relatively circular or so-called elliptical. Why?
Smoothest path.
You got a common center,
To move around the center.
common code.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
has a common center. Wherever you look at an orbit, it is spread around the common center. Now, recollect what I said. Try to see, visualize n number of objects in this objects which are all variants, okay, objects, and every object that you identify is in the center of an orbit or so orbits. Can you visualize that? Every item in the universe or every item in your room is a center of some orbits.
Right, sir.
Now let's go back. So with this kind of an introduction, if you are prepared, if you have been warmed up, now let's go back to again our familiar example of a cup. So from the invariant of a cup, there are multiple expressions of cups by different designers. Do you see?
Right.
All right. So these 1,000 different designs of cups are in an orbit of the invariant design of the cup, invariant of the cup. My question is now, are all those cups in the same orbit or different orbits?
Different orbit.
By the way, before that, okay, we will come to that, Naveen. But before this, I want to ask you another question. I have to add another question. Okay. What is the difference between a single orbit and multiple orbits? Can there be
Yeah.
multiple orbits in the same space location?
No.
All right. Okay. Okay. Good. Can there be multiple variants or multiple objects in the same orbit?
Yes.
Ah. Like as I told, if there are 1,000 different designs of cups, they are all in the same orbit of the invariant of a cup.
Master, I have a doubt.
Hmm.
So you said if there are multiple designs of cups and they are all on the same orbit of the invariant of the cup, I'm thinking if the designs are very different, common designs would be on the same orbit, and as the designs differ, they would take different orbits. How can different ones be in the
Okay, all
same
right.
orbit? I don't know
Agreed,
that.
agreed. Okay. Okay, beautiful. Now, that can happen in one condition. You have to remember my first question. The question was how this 1,000 different designs of cups are in the first orbit of the invariant. Of the invariant. All right. Now, what
Right.
Meenakshi said also is correct. Let us say they are in the just second
Slight,
orbit.
slight
In
phase.
other words, like Meenakshi said, there are some cups in the let us say slightly different orbit. Why?
Because of the distance from the center, it can be, or the
Center meaning
orientation
from the invariant.
from the
Right.
invariant, or the slight different angle or slight different variation between the other orbit.
Now that is a theoretical answer, Nitya. This can happen theoretically. Another different set of different designs of cup can be in just another orbit, only under one condition. When is that?
If the center point or the invariant is a particular cup.
Beautiful, wonderful, but because they are all imitations of cups. Then they come under another orbit. That's why I said the first question. All the cups the designer has given shape from an invariant perception of the original cupness, they all must be inevitably in the first orbit. Subsequent designers, they looked at a cup and tried for variation. Then the given cup becomes the invariant. And looking at that cup, okay, I think, let us say, instead of the brim being uniformly round, let the brim be slightly curved.
Vidya, would you like to mute the microphone?
Sure. Sorry.
Get the point? All right. Now, when I said the cups were in one orbit, what is the design of that cup? What is likely to be the design of that cup? Rather, the first orbit of cups from the invariant, what is likely to be the design variant of that cup?
The cup in the center.
Yeah, what do you mean?
The cup on which the other cups have been modeled on. So it will have that as a basic design.
Yeah, because already a cup has been formed, then that cup becomes the invariant.
Yeah.
This is a situation where a variant becomes an invariant.
Yeah.
So why I said this is, you have to be flexible. That means you have to be varying in your use of the concept of variant-invariant linkage orbit. Get the point? The principal purpose of this method or this framework is to drive your attention and observation and perception and conceptualization and imagination and thinking to achieve a much higher level than the majority of people whose sensitivities are controlled by their learning, by their given experience. We are talking about the mystic's way of observation, one's own observation. So now next paragraph or next page. A given cup is a variant. Just let's say given cup, I mean a same type of cup. There may be 1000 cups coming out of a batch in a process, whatever. Take one of that cup, and that cup is a variant. Why? This was asked, it is a repetition. Why that cup is a variant? You just take any cup, it's a variant. Why?
Because it is not similar to the other cups of the
Yeah,
same
because
organ
the
group.
first answer is because it is one of the variants.
Yeah.
That means it is definitely a variation from all other cups of the same type, which which you said the other day. Because just identical cups occupying different space itself is contributing to the variation coming out of, let's say, a machine or a furnace or a whatever, and you pick up two cups. Okay, even if you pick up two cups with Two hands, there is a variation. One cup is lifted with right hand and the other with the left hand. Even if you are picking up it with one hand, one finger will hold one cup and the other finger will hold the other cup. Even if you pick up the two cups with one finger, one cup will go first and another cup will go second.
Amen.
That is one of its variation. That cup itself is a composition of a given cup itself is a configuration or a setting or a design of several variants. Rather, then we may use another concept called subvariance, SUB. Okay? Just a single cup, a variant, that cup comprises many variants. Like what? Yes.
Its handle,
Uh,
its shape.
yeah.
The
Come
material
on,
with which
listen.
it is made,
Come on, can you, Ashwini,
color.
can you quickly write down how many variants are possible? Because we are taking one variant, you, for the sake of conceptualization, you use a subheading subvariants, SUB variants. What are the subvariants in a cup? List down. Put down the number. When you finish, tell me.
Material used is different. Place and location is different. Position and other realities.
Tell me the number of subvariants first.
3.
All
I
right.
got 11. I got
I got
11.
11.
11.
11.
Meenakshi, 11. Yeah. Then
11.
To 11.
Nitya also 11.
11.
Ashwati,
Ah,
how many? Anu? Oh. All right. Ashwati, you have to list down the subvariants on the cup.
Yes, sir.
The subvariants that comprises a given cup. Okay. Now how many? All right. Okay. Anu, how many?
12.
All right. So Anu has come out with the maximum number 12. Okay, read out.
Design,
One.
uh,
Okay.
material,
Hmm.
size,
Hmm.
shape, The position of the cup, the use of
Wait,
the
wait,
cup.
wait. Position of the cup, you just put a mark there. Wait.
Okay.
Go.
Use of the cup,
Mark. Hmm.
the shape of the brim,
Hmm.
position of the handle,
Hmm.
texture,
Hmm.
whose cup, the owner of the cup, whose cup is it?
No, mark it. Mark it.
Whether it is a complete or an incomplete cup.
Yes.
What do you mean? Complete, incomplete meaning?
Whether the cup has been fully made or it's half made.
No. It is a fully made cup. So that also a mark. All these are the marked items. Anu, they are not the subvariants of the cup. Of the cup.
Okay.
All right. So
Then
whatever you marked, you keep it there. We will come to that later. Okay. All right, Nitya.
color also, yeah.
Okay, I know color. Okay, you can add on to that. All right. Then.
Yeah. Mine has got cross section of the cup, height, color, material.
Cross section. What do you mean by that? Cross
Um,
section meaning what? Cross section is a part of
like
the cup, is a subvariant of the cup. What is a subvariant?
it's a
That
design
which
that
comprises the whole cup. The cup is made of what all items? Cup has what all attributes? What all variants comprise a given variant? Or what all subvariants give rise to a variant? Or by the construction of what all subvariants a given variant has been formed. So cross section is not relevant there. Okay. All right.
okay.
Then
Yeah.
come on,
Height,
read it. Yeah.
color, material,
Uh,
thickness, design of the mouth of the cup and the bottom of the cup.
that is another one. Don't say and. That is another. Bottom is another
Yeah.
variant.
Yeah. Quantity it can hold
The
and
volume. The volume.
yeah, the volume, the location it
No.
stands.
Location not applicable.
Yeah. Um, then the age of the cup also is not applicable, sir, in that case.
Age also is not applicable as of now. No.
And who
Because
used
age
it?
is not a part of the composition of the cup. It
Mm.
is not a part of the subvariance by which a cup has been formed.
Yeah.
Because the invariant, the guy, the creator of the cup, having an imagination of the cup, what all variants you have chosen to make the cup, that is the question. Get the point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
And the design of the handle
Yeah.
and yeah, that's all, sir.
Any other items with you, Minashi?
Yes, I'll read out items which others have not read. I've written form as in old or new cup, and integrity as in fully formed, chipped, or broken, whatever its state
No,
is.
that is not applicable. They are not applicable.
Okay,
But
then next.
integrity is applicable. In
Okay.
which way, with integrity here, you have to define integrity in this context. What is integrity in the case of a
I meant integrity as in it retaining its original form. So that's why I give an
no.
example of
That way it is not applicable. But in some
no.
other way, integrity can be applicable.
Is
That's a
it
different human concept of integrity, Minashi. A design integrity is not that. Okay, but integrity is the point because when the creator is giving shape to the cup, he is looking into the integrity. That means the total overall consistency of the logic. Let us say, for example, Nitya talked about the bottom. Okay, let us say a 1 inch diameter bottom and a 10-inch diameter top. It doesn't look integrated. It's a cup, of course,
Okay,
but
huh.
there is no integrity. So
Say,
that's
staying okay.
yeah. That is
Staying
the
true to the
integrity.
design of the cup. I think that's what
That
you
is
mean.
the no. Don't use such words. True and all are not applicable in case of a material because
Okay.
that we may need in some other context. All right. Okay. Yeah.
Then I've Then I've written cleanliness, whether it's a dirty cup or clean cup.
That's okay. That's all not applicable. No.
Oh.
Now, anybody else has any item
The-
which is used, which goes into the design structure setting of a cup, of a variant cup.
I
Weight
had
of the
one
cup.
more, decorations on the cup, but that's similar to design. So it's
No. Decoration is different from design.
decorations on the cup.
That is a different variant.
Okay.
Design, design is the overall. Yeah, it is a complex concept. You have to show it. Okay. All right. Okay,
Yeah, I
Ramesh.
understand. Yeah. So
Ramesh.
decoration.
Yeah. So the weight of the cup, sir.
Yeah, weight of the material, weight of the cup. You see, yeah, of course, that is another variable. So totally around 12, 13 variables. Yeah, weight.
So one is defining the cupness of the cup from a functional perspective. Yes, the cup is holding something. For that, how much it is going to hold, what it is going to hold, and what shape it is.
No. Wait. That how much is mentioned by the volume.
Volume.
What is it going to hold? That will come there in the choice of material, Ramesh. Yeah.
Sir,
So that has come. That has already come. When you talk about material, that has come. Yeah. What are the Ashadi said the 5 are basic and some are connected to that. What do you mean by that? What
Sir,
are you read out what you have written?
I wrote the rim shapes, and in that as sub I wrote bottom and top.
That is not a sub. So that is two different. There are two different variants of a cup, Ashadi, because they can vary. The rim diameter can vary. The bottom diameter can vary. Therefore, two variants. Yeah.
Okay.
sir,
All right. Yeah.
Then I wrote profile.
Oh, wow. That is your word. What do you refer to? What is the referent of profile there?
Means again it's the shape only, but
Yeah, shape is a shape. That is enough. Yeah, shape. Yeah.
yes. Then the dimensions I wrote for depth and width and height.
Yeah, that all variants. Of course, that all variants. Yeah, weight, depth, etc. Okay. Okay, depth you can say, but that comes under volume. But volume is controlled by the depth because depth is more closer a concept than volume, Nitya. Get the point? Because a designer controls the volume by managing the diameter and the depth, right?
yes, sir.
Yeah,
Sir,
so, all right.
Yes.
Yes. Then the material.
But actually, the question is: are you clear about the question? Are you clear about what are you trying to understand? That is,
Yes.
when someone is giving expression or when somebody is translating an invariant perception into a variant, by as you suggested, etc., by the doer, by the doing, by the setting, by the process, he or she is taking some variance to make a total variant. In that, everything is a variant, but we are looking at a cup as the variant. Therefore, we use the concept of subvariant. Because a human being is not anyway going to make a particle or a molecule or atom and all that. Okay. So we are right now considering the human creations. We will go to the nature creations later, but that is very difficult and very mysterious. So coming to the human design, we would. I don't think a human being would make something as small as what you call subatomic particle. Of course, as of now, with the biotechnological research, by chemical research, by physical research, human beings have created atom bombs, then various chemical medicines, then a so-called modern virus and all that. Okay, that is true. In the Wuhan virus also, they have taken the RNA of the cobra venom and the RNA the RNA in the DNA of bat. Okay, that's all a very different subject. So, for our purpose is to understand the variant, invariant linkage, orbit, etc., structure of things ideas, events, etc., which we want to proceed further. Okay,
Yes, sir,
is
I
that
have a
clear?
doubt. Sir, I have
Yeah.
a doubt. When we list
Hmm.
down, as you said, the attributes of a cup, then are
It
we?
is not. We don't use the wait. We don't use the word attributes. We use the word subvariance of a variant cup.
Okay.
Okay.
So when we list down the sub-variants of the variant cup as handle and all those things, then are we not already defining in some way uh, based on what we have seen of a cup?
Of course.
Because
Yes.
ideally
Of course.
it should just
Of
be
course.
the
Hmm.
if I say in Malayalam, the kuri of a cup that is there. Then the invariant can be
That
anything
is the.
shape and
Uh, that is that query, that volume, that depth, that cup, that shape. That is a part of the invariant of the cup, and that invariant can be an invariant of the glass or any that shape also. Okay. Yeah, of course, Sudhi, because we know that's so. Of course, in this case. Okay, in this case, for example, you create a new, most innovative design of a building. Let us say, like Buckminster Fuller did, and ultimately an entirely new design of a building. You will be thinking like, something new, because that new design may require new materials, perhaps. Okay, then and in that case of an innovation or a creation, you may be breaking your intellectual engines in all its speeds to arrive at what all materials, what all design, what all setting, what all subvariants will compress, will be assembled, will be set to form that variant of the innovative design of the building you have. Yes. Right now we know, of course. Otherwise, we know which way I will do. We will gradually come to concepts of invariance, which I will ask you to identify the variance which you don't know. Okay? Then we will see. All right. Okay. Yes. Now.
Sir,
Now. Yes.
sir, I'm just wondering about the cross section of the cup. The reason I was thinking about was I had a cup which was a squarish in or at the top.
That is coming under the shape.
Yes, yeah, yeah.
That comes
Okay.
under the shape.
Yeah.
Nitya, you don't have to think that level.
Hmm.
The question here is what all, because the handle, that itself is a variant, Nitya.
Yes, yeah.
Because the structure and the design and the shape of the handle can be varied.
Hmm.
So they are all so many variants assembled together form a cup in this case. We are not thinking about what all variants comprise a fountain pen.
Hmm.
That's again simple. We are not going to what all variants comprise a lathe or a what you call, or a transistor radio, or a what you call mobile phone, because that's all very very complex. We don't have to.
Yeah.
Okay. Mm. But we can list them: electronic parts, square shape or rectangular shape, uh, a transparent screen. Like that also we can do to an extent for a mobile phone. So purpose is to understand that everything is a variant in this world, and every variant is an assemblage of subvariants. That is the thing which I wanted you to understand. Get the point? Yeah. Now, this subvariance by which a given variant is structured or formed, they are variants at the zero orbit. Why it is the zero orbit? The subvariance by which a given variant under observation are considered, they are all variants at the zero orbit.
So by zero
We are
orbit,
talking.
do you mean the center?
Yeah, that's all. That's all, Anurag, exactly. Because that comprises the variant under observation itself. Because those variants, we cannot even know which way the handle is linkaged. Okay, handle is linkaged to the outer side of the cup, of course. When you said the rim of the cup is a variant, we cannot say exactly how that rim is linkaged with the body, okay? I know. So, but that rim is a variant because you can vary the design of that rim. That is why.
Mm-hmm.
But all these subvariants comprise the variant under observation itself. Therefore, whatever subvariants by which a given variant is set or formed, they are named zero orbit variants.
Zero orbit variance or zero orbit subvariance?
No. Zero because uh, they are at the zero orbit. Therefore, we use the word subvariants because there are no subvariants at other orbits, Meenakshi.
Okay,
That is
so
why.
okay, so that is why you said ownership and storage are not subvariants because they don't belong to the cup.
Yeah, that we are coming next. Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Now, now we are going to orbit 1. After 0, by following the logic of numbers, after 0, it is 1. Of course, after 0, there is 0.1. But look at the complete numerals. After 0, it is 1. If these things which you listed now are the 0 orbit variants, what all could be variance in orbit 1? Or you say variance in orbit 1. Come on.
The
But
saucer.
before that, you try to explain what could be the variance in orbit 1.
For a given subvariant, the other variants can be part of the other orbit one.
No. Once again.
For a given subvariant,
Hmm.
the other subvariants that we have identified can be part of the first orbit.
In the same cup, huh?
Yeah, in the same cup.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a much more complex idea, Anuradha. That it is not that. It is not that complex. It is little less complex. Okay. Yeah. That is very true. If you look at one variant, like no, I don't want to go there. That is little. It's a different level, which Anu says. Anu, now we have come to the assembled set of zero level variants. That means we have come
Hmm.
to the cup. Okay.
Okay.
Now, what are the next immediate linkages of a cup that comprise orbit 1 variants?
Hmm.
Your thinking is right, but you are thinking about the variance in the very cup itself. No. No. That is at a different level. That is at a what you call microscopic level. No. Come to the manifest level. What are the variants that are linked to a given cup at the first orbit by the number 1? That referent of the number 1 must give you some clue to identify or to list down what are the possible probable variants of a cup in the first orbit. Yes, come on.
The material which is poured into a cup.
Not clear.
The liquid which is poured into the cup.
What?
The liquid that is poured into the cup.
That is only when the liquid is poured, okay?
And the
Other than
person
that,
who uses the cup.
person is not using the cup.
Okay.
It is one, orbit one.
Time, space, location.
After 0, it is 1.
Time, space, location.
0 to 1. What is that means after 0, it is 1. Then it is 2. Then 3. So that means you have to take the next immediate. Mantra Rishika. Person and all is not the next. What could be the possible probable next? Do you have a cup in front of you? Anybody? All right. Yeah. Look at it and okay. Look at that cup and say what are the orbit 1 variants of that cup as of now.
Where it is kept.
Okay, point to number 1. Okay, not 1. Okay, the space where it is located. Okay, wherever. Because the cup cannot exist in the air unless you do some mysterious magic. So the space wherever, it could be in the hand also. So the space, okay, that is a 0 to 1, next one, is it clear? In other words, between the 0 orbit of the cup or between the cup and space, there is nothing else. Get the point? That's why it is first orbit. Meenakshi. Or, get the point? Now we are looking just at the cup mantra Rishika. We will come to that later. Cup in a contest, which will all come later. It's a little bit networking, different orbits there. Now we are just talking about a cup, observer and the cup. You are not taking any liquid or anything. The space. Get the point, mantra Rishika? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Master, I have a doubt. So you mentioned that the space where the cup is kept is the first orbit.
Yeah.
So does that mean the
Where
space
where it is existing, kept,
okay.
or where it could be in the hand, it could be on the hand, it could be on the what you call, there is a what you call, it could be on the saucer, it could be on some paper, it could be on wherever,
Okay.
whichever the space. Yeah, all right. Yeah, then
So so my question is, would that be also the case with any physical object? Will the first orbit of any physical object be the space where it is kept or where it exists? Cup being an example.
cup being an example, what is the variant with entire thing is a variant. The space also is a variant, Minashi. Don't forget, your perception has to be now expanded. Do not be focused. It has to go wider, wide angle lens. Everything is a variant. Space also is a variant. So therefore, like Meenakshi asked, it could be in the hand, it could be on a plastic paper, it could be what you call in a saucer, it could be wherever. But it needs a space.
Yeah, so hence my question, for every physical object, is space the first orbit?
Yeah, that is a different issue. That you are going to, for any physical object, any physical object, yes. It has to exist in a space.
Okay.
Okay, you can talk about a projected orbit like a rocket or a satellite. But then again, it is maintained there because of some other thing. Okay. But still it is in a space, but that space has nothing else, that's all. Okay. So, okay, space. Okay, then 2.
Time.
All right. Yeah, time. 3. At least one more. Our purpose is not to do an exercise on what are the cups, but
Position,
purpose is to
position,
make
position,
the
ownership.
position.
Yeah,
No, no. Yeah. Come on. First, what you said, the position.
yes, yes, sir.
Yeah, the position. What is the difference between space and position?
Not position, sir. Position, ownership.
Positioning.
Ownership. Yeah, of course.
Position. Okay.
Well, ownership. But that is that first linkage. Sorry,
May
first
not be.
orbit linkage.
No, sir. May
It
not
is not.
be.
Positioning.
Yeah.
When it is purchased, let us say so. It is not. It is just
Yeah.
a cup. We are all observers.
Yeah,
The cup is just there.
sir. Right.
The cup is just there. Now see the referent of a cup only.
The orientation.
Now, in between, do you see what is referent perception also? Referent perception is perceiving the referent without any of the mindsets. Okay. What is the problem of the world? Referents are perceived from the angles of available knowledge. Like as you say, cup is a cup is a cup. Just observe the cup. What did you say right now?
Orientation.
The if it is in some wherever it is in an orientation. It has an orientation. Whichever way. It may be kept upside down, it may be kept this way, or it may be slanting on something else, wherever it is. At least if, three minimum orientations are possible, right?
Yes.
What are the three?
Straight, vertical, then upside down, then flat.
Yeah. All right. So orientation.
Sir, isn't orientation very relative? I mean, what if
That
it's just
actually
there in no space?
that itself is a relative question. Yeah. It is relative. Yes, whether it is relative or not. Is it relative actually? No. That cup can be just like that kept on its bottom. It can be kept upside down, and it can be lying on the side.
Slanting.
Okay. So, is that relative?
No, I was thinking of a cup in empty space. That's why.
All right.
Master, I did not understand.
Even in empty space, from the angle of the observer, it can have these three dimensions also.
Yes, sir.
The relative and all, we are coming. Don't hurry. Actually, you are going far fast speed. Don't go high speed. All right. You are already gone much into 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th orbit. Okay. So
Okay.
here we'll be coming to that. Yes. What did you say, Minashi?
I didn't quite get the time as the second orbit.
Why not? It is not second orbit, first orbit.
First orbit. Then even that I didn't get. Why? How can time be first orbit?
What is first orbit? After zero, that means once the variant is formed, okay? With what all things it is in constant linkage. It is in linkage with what you call the time.
So time as
So
in
long
new
as
cup versus old cup?
even a new cup. Cup has come out of the furnace. Time at 10 o'clock, 10, 1, 10, 2, 10, 3, 10, 10, 10, 15,
yeah, that's
10,
what I
30.
understood.
Age of the cup.
The existence of the cup from creation to whenever.
So now these are, for example, the first orbit variants of any variant virtually of the physical dimension. Okay, whether it is a satellite, whether it is an automobile, whether it is a atom bomb, whether it is a whatever it is. Okay, for a thing itself, and even an observer is not there. Let us say so. Why did they say that there is not even an observer?
It exists even without the observer.
Who said?
Me, Anu.
You said something,
Yeah, it exists even without the observer.
Exactly. Point number one. Point number two. If there is an observer, then that observer gets linkaged with that cup. Right? Yeah. So now the cup, now that variant is in the, because it's a cup, it is in the setting, it is now purchased by somebody, because the cup is for the use of a human being. A human being has purchased, okay. Now, whatever that is going to happen to the cup, they are all part of which orbit?
Second orbit.
They all can be
Second.
considered the second orbit.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And at the second orbit, what are the linkages?
Then the ownership, the usage,
Ownership. Yeah.
who used
Now,
it and
yeah.
whatnot.
Now you cannot use the term ownership. You have to say the ownership is not a concept relevant to
Of
linkage.
who used it.
Linkage is not with, that is not the word. You have to say owner. Right?
Yeah.
Linkage of the cup is not with the ownership. Ownership is
Yes.
an adjective.
Yes.
So it is with the owner, the one who
Mm.
purchased it.
Mm.
But is the cup linkage with the owner? Would the cup get linkage with the owner at the second orbit? No, we count 0, 1, 2. The distance between 0 to 2 is the same as a cup to the owner. Is the cup linkage to the owner at orbit 2?
The person who designed the cup, the maker.
All right. Okay. Now is the question clear?
It's a closer orbit.
Now list down orbit 2 of a cup.
The
You
liquid
put
that
the
goes
number.
inside.
You have a model diagram there. A cup or some indication in the center, which is 0 orbit, then another circle, then another concentric circle. So do a number 1, 2. Then you will do, because 2 is connected with 1 and 0.
So where
So
it was made,
no, write down. Think, go apply the model. Now you have to go to the much more higher level of conceptualization, visualization, expansion, wide angle lens or distance lens, not close focus of a normal thinker. No way. See the model 0, 1, 2. 2 must be linkage to both 1 and 0. And here 0 is the object. And 1 is the first level linkages of the object. Now 2 must be linked with 0 and 1. Come on, what all things?
Sir, the liquid it holds. Sir, you're on mute. Sir, you're on mute.
Sorry,
Variance
what all other variants? Now look at use the concept variant for the time being. Entire world is a huge ocean of variants and variants only. Sometime back we said entire universe is an ocean of reference. Now every referent is a variant. Okay? Every referent is a variant. And the so-called reality of a referent comprises its variant-invariant linkage orbit structure. Got the point? Yeah, that's what we are coming towards.
So,
Now, whatever, let me tell you, whatever you listed under zero orbit, they all get linkages with whatever you have listed under 0 and 1, they all are potentially linkageable with the variance at the third level. At the next level, like Mantra Rishi said, the body is not the next level. Next level mantra are the fingers. The body is not holding the cup, okay? Mantra Rishika?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because that's why the handle is given. And you cannot enter the body into the handle. You can only enter your fingers into the handle. Right. May
sir, you're muted again.
No, list down what other variants in the universe can get linkaged to the 0 and 1 orbit variants of a cup. At the next level, because it is 0, 1, 2, not 0, 1, 23, no.
So the temperature.